Hello, Coach Holmes here, and today we're going to be talking about finding the surface area of spheres. So this is the last three-dimensional shape that we're going to be talking about as far as finding surface area. Sphere is pretty simple, okay? Because really there's not really a lateral surface area because it's kind of just all the way around. There's not really any parts to it. It's just all the way around. So really, we're not going to be able to find lateral area. We're only going to be able to find total surface area. And the total surface area for a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Okay? That's basically it. 4 times pi, which that's what the pi is. It's just the symbol pi. Which remember is 3.14. And r is given as the radius. So it is important that we keep in mind that we have to look for the radius, not the diameter. So it's important to remember that. Now, when it comes to this, remember total surface area is 4 times pi r squared. So really, again, I can replace the pi with 3.14. And look what my radius happens to be. Happens to be 5. So I'm going to square the 5. I can multiply all this out. And that will give me 3.1, well actually, not 3.14, but 314. So 314 is my surface area for that sphere. Okay, no decimals, luckily, but again, we would have decimals just because a regular pi has longer decimals. But since we're rounding it up to 2 decimal places, it works itself out. But now, let's look at this one right here. Let's look at this sphere. So my radius happens to be 10 this time. So remember, the total is pi 4, let me rewrite that, 4 pi r squared. That's our surface area for a sphere. So that means we're doing 4 times 3.14 times 10 squared. Multiply all of it out. And that will give me 1256. And again, I got 1256 by multiplying all the way out, which is 4 times 3.14 times 10 squared. The 10 squared gives me 100. So I multiply that. All right. So that's the surface area, given that we have a radius to begin with. That's the biggest key. We've been given the radius so far. But what about problems where we don't have the radius? Like this one, for example. Notice that this is my diameter. Okay, that's not necessarily my radius, it's just my diameter. But remember, to find radius, we got to take the diameter and divide it by 2. Which in this case, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So remember, the formula doesn't change. It's still 4 pi r squared, which means I'm doing 4 times 3.14 times 4.5, and then I squared. All right, that's how we're going to be able to find it. So multiply all of that out. 4 times 3.14. And if I do it part by part, this is what it will look like. 12.56 times 4.5 squared. 4.5 squared happens to be 20.25. So then I'm multiplying 12.56 by 20.25. And that will give me 2 254.34. Okay. So my total area for the sphere, the total surface area is 254.34. All right. Now, so now with my last sphere, I'm going to get a diameter of 18. But remember, I just got to take half of that diameter, which half of 18 is 9. All right. So then I'm going to do total area is equal to 4 pi r squared, which I will have 4 times 3.14 times 9 squared, which if I do it in the proper order like PEMDAS, which I kind of realized that I didn't do PEMDAS here, but it still works out. I'm going to do PEMDAS here, or order of operations. So 4 times 3.14 times 9 squared is 81. 4 times 3.14, 12.56. And of course I gotta multiply by 81, which gives me 1017.36. So my total surface area is 1017.36. And that will be the surface area for the sphere with a diameter of 18. So the big thing that we got to remember and be able to take in mind is that for a sphere, the surface area is 4 pi r squared, where we just got to know what the radius is. As long as we know pi to be 3.14, as long as we just got to know what the radius is in order to find the surface area of a sphere. Thank you and have a good day.